It's Miss Brenner. I'm here to go over your week 5 agenda. I hope you're all doing well and staying happy and healthy. For activity 1 for week 5, we have a very creative assignment. You'll be able to see in the activity 1 folder that there is a rubric file for the project. These are the examples in a PDF form. Then here's the rubric video where I go over the rubric and the directions for the project. So I recommend that you listen to it. It goes through everything in detail along with the project examples. So I know some people said in their slides about them, they prefer to have examples. So I included several examples in the video. MLA format citations for A Midsummer Night's Dream is available here. And then as far as the final project proposal, it looks like this. It's a really simple document. I'm just asking you to describe in detail for me what you intend to do for the project. So that way, as a team, we can even out any rough patches in your plan. It's a minimum of 100 words. Throughout this week, you're going to be working on this project and submitting your rough draft, which if you're looking at week 5, you'll see that there is a discussion for the rough draft. Looks like this. You're going to complete your rough draft of your project in accordance with the Midsummer Night's Dream project rubric and upload the document into the discussion. That means that it needs to be a shareable document. So if you are not used to creating shareable documents, what you're going to do, you're going to hit the share button. You're going to go down here and you want to change this from whatever it may say. Mine says Manheim Central School District. You're going to want to change it to anyone with the link and hit done. And then when you go back in here, you can now copy the link and anybody will be able to view it if they have the link. For step 2, you're going to want to list 3 parts of your project you would appreciate feedback on or related to. For example, if I was a student, I might be looking for feedback related to my characters' behaviors and if they reflect the characters in the play, my use of Puck as the project's host to guide the reader through the project, and my MLA format heading and citations. Step 3 is to evaluate one other student's project and offer constructive feedback on their project in accordance with the Midsummer Night's Dream project rubric. So that is activity 1. Once again, I highly recommend watching these videos before you get started. Activity 2, we have notes on theme and motif that we will be watching. We're going to use theme and motif throughout our course. So if it works best for your memory to take notes in a Google document, I highly recommend doing split screen, where you watch the Edpuzzle while you type notes into a Google document for yourself, so that way it's easy to find in your Google Drive. But if you are also a pen and paper person, that would work great as well. You're going to answer the questions about theme and motif in the Edpuzzle, and we will come back to theme and motif for the rest of activity 2 and in the future. Our short story for this week that we're going to be reading that is in relation to our play is The Fairy Handbag. This is a fictional fantasy style short story. I usually get some pretty positive feedback. People typically enjoy this story. I apologize in advance if you don't. It is definitely an adventure. So The Fairy Handbag, Part 1 Edpuzzle, and then The Fairy Handbag, Part 2 Edpuzzle. And the PDF is available here if you like to do split screen and listen and follow along with the PDF copy. Theme, we have a discussion for The Fairy Handbag and Seasons of Glass and Iron, which you read in week 4. So if we're looking at this, after reading both short stories, The Fairy Handbag and Seasons of Glass and Iron, use your gained knowledge from the theme and motif notes, Edpuzzle to identify a plausible theme for each story. Use evidence from each story to support your explanation of how your suggested theme meets the expectations of a theme, which is a full sentence, that it is arguable, and addresses the central focus of the story. So you need 1 theme for The Fairy Handbag and 3 examples from the story that support your suggested theme. Theme is, it needs to meet those expectations. However, every story can have more than 1 theme. An author typically is playing around with more than 1 theme in a story. So it's not that your theme itself can be right or wrong, it's the method in which you exemplify, support, and define your theme that can be wrong. So please make sure you are following the notes for theme and motif when you are creating this discussion post, and that you have 3 examples that support and explain why you believe that is a theme within the story. That is a minimum of 50 words for your first theme, and then your second theme is for Seasons of Glass and Iron with 3 examples from the story that support your suggested theme, a minimum of 50 words. So that is a total of 100 words. So once again, we are practicing identifying theme within a story. Then activity 3, we are coming to the end of Midsummer Night's Dream. There is an Act 5. Act 5 is comedic relief. So we are going to be looking at our characters of Bottom and Quince putting on that play within a play that I'm sure you've heard about Thisbe and Pyramus within the play so far. So we are going to be finishing out the majority of the plot elements within the play in Act 4. And then activity 4 is our relationships slide. So as you can tell throughout the fantasy unit that we've been working through, relationships are a very concerning element of fantasy literature overall as a genre. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what makes healthy relationships and what we are seeing in our characters that authors tend to repeat through different forms of media. So if you watch this direction video, I go in depth about the expectations, the rubric, and how to complete the assignment. So please make sure you watch that video. I don't want to waste your time now doing the directions. The slides, there we go, can be found here, and they look as such. So once again, I'm not going to go into the detail about the directions, but you can see that the slides are available here. Please watch the direction video. And then we have our discussion. So once you've completed the slides for A Midsummer Night's Dream relationship slides assignment, you're going to record a video response, which I have a video on how to record a video at the top of week 5. It's not there right now for me to show you, but it is pre-recorded, and that's the next thing I'm going to be doing is linking that into week 5. So please make sure you watch that video on how to download the Google extension that was approved by the high school, and then complete your video response discussing the relationship comparisons you make between our literary content. So that'd be A Midsummer Night's Dream, Seasons of Glass and Iron, and The Fairy Handbag, and your choice of modern media relationships. Use the slides to guide your discussion video and post both the slides and a shareable Google link. So that would be for your slides, and I've already shown you how to do the Google link, and the video in the discussion for other students to view. Watch another student's video and view the slides they created prior to responding to their relationship comparisons. So when we respond to another student, we want to make sure that we acknowledge the effort and the decisions they made in their slides, as well as comparing it to what we did as a learner. Alrighty guys, those are all of the assignments for week 5. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email or contact me. I would be happy to talk to you about the assignments for week 5. So once again, I know you can't see it now, but there will be a folder at the top that's going to say Google extension download and use video. That will be the video that explains how to download the Screen App IO that you'll be using to record from now on, considering that Schoology needs another update before they can do any kind of screencasting. Alrighty guys, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.